Hey everyone, how's it going? I don't even know anymore. Hey everyone, how's it going? So they've done it. They've announced a date. They're going to be doing Xbox stuff. The Series X, the Xbox Series X event will be on the 23rd of July, and we will finally be getting Halo gameplay. Finally, Halo gameplay, Infinite, fucking Halo. I'm really not happy with this. I'm gonna stop my camera out. I'm actually really not happy with the with this date because I mean they made us wait 3 years for an announcement for Infinite, which is fine by the way, and I'm fine with when the game's coming out. But they made us wait 3 years for a release, which was just a pre-rendered trailer, and then a year later, another trailer with no gameplay, and then they made us wait another year for E3, which didn't happen, which is fine because that's understandable. But unlike PlayStation, who went, well, look, we'll just. It wasn't in the right place. Look, we'll just do our event in June anyway. They're like, no, we'll wait until July. Oh, what are they waiting for? Nothing, I guess. And then, not only did they make us wait till July, it's now the end of July. The end of July, for crying out loud. Philip Spencer V. Put your Halo in my face. But it's finally happening. There's going to be a Halo Infinite thing. Oh, what's it called? Gameplay reveal. So we're going to finally get Halo Infinite gameplay. Finally. And I am cautious. Very cautious. And obviously I'm very cautious. This is probably the biggest deal for Microsoft and for the Xbox. It's probably the biggest game ever released, or most important game at least, ever released for Microsoft, because kind of the Series X hangs on the balance of Halo Infinite. I know it's the only reason I'm going to be getting it. If not, I probably would go for the PS5 first. But I'll be getting Xbox One X because, or Series X rather, because I'm such a fanboy of the Halo. So it's a big deal, and I want to talk about what, as a Halo fan, I expect to be happening during the gameplay reveal. I think it's going to be very story driven. I think they've been going very much down the story route recently, and I think that makes sense because everyone's biggest issue with 5 was the story. So I guess in order to course correct, the best direction to head in would be to be very story focused and on a very good story. I think they're going to be putting a lot of work and talent into that. And I think it's going to be the main focus of this event is the story. But although I will say, I do think there's going to be some multiplayer. I do think there will be one match of multiplayer gameplay. Then I think we're immediately going to get a beta. This idea has been swimming around on the internet. I think we're going to get an immediate beta. As soon as it's done, Phil Spencer is going to go, hey bitches, play it now. That's what I'm going to stay in. Phil's going to go, hey bitches, play it now. You can play this game now like they did. I think they did that with Gears 5. And I will immediately download it. I don't think it's going to be available for pre-install before the event. But I do think he's going to go play it now. So expect the servers to be really good. I think it's going to be available immediately. I think it's going to the beta is going to come with, I'm thinking 2 maps, about 3 game types. I want to go into later exactly what they're going to do with that though, because that feeds into what I'm going to talk about later. For now, I want to talk about the first bit of gameplay we're going to see. I think there's going to be a cutscene first, which is going to be annoying because then we're going to be thinking, is there going to be fucking gameplay? There's going to be a cutscene first, and then I think Master Chief is going to either land on Reach or Zeta Halo. In case you didn't know, Hidden Xperia said it, so it's true. I love Hidden Xperia so much. This guy's awesome. It's going to be Zeta Halo, pretty much. It's like 90% confirmed that this is the ring that you go into is going to be Zeta Halo. I think he's either going to land on Reach or Zeta Halo. I think in the game, you are going to go to Reach at some point, and I think during the demo, I would maybe lean Reach that they're going to land on. I think they're going to show off a very open area. So actually maybe the Halo ring would make more sense actually, because that would make more sense with regards to it being an open area. But I think they're really going to focus on, hey, look at this big expansive area that you can sort of travel through. I do think, I'm just going to say it, I'm going to say it now. This mic's behaving well today, isn't it? I think you're going to be able to sprint. I do think there'll be sprint in it, and I think you're going to be... I don't think in the demo there's going to be a strong emphasis on sprint. I don't think they're going to be using a lot for 2 reasons. Obviously, sprint is a hot topic word, and they don't want it on the lips of, all of the arseholes like me who make videos on the internet where they complain about people being able to fucking run. I don't like people running in any video game ever. But I think, I do think you'll be able to sprint, but I don't think they're going to be sprinting very much. Also, so that they can show off the world around them and really show you that this is a big, expansive world. There's going to be, I think it's going to be much, much slower than any other Halo demo that we've had. The Halo 2 demo was quite slow. I think it's going to be even slower than that, but not by much. It's going to start with them walking around, having a look around, and then there's going to be some conflict. Although I will say, I think, and this is a prediction for what I think overall the game is going to be like, I think it's going to be a lot more like Reach than you think. I think for 343, they see that the happy medium between old and new already exists, and it's Halo Reach. And right now, Halo Reach is quite a favourable game. It's a game that people consider to be good because it's old. But it is a good game. It's just people didn't used to like it, but now they do. And I think they're going to be riding off the coattails of that because it did have sprint, but it's tied to an armor ability. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if sprint is once again an armor ability in Halo Infinite. I think alongside things like invisibility is definitely going to be a armor ability. I can't even think of words, man. I'm hungry. I think invisibility is going to be an armor ability. We're going to have things like some sort of shield and stuff like that. I think armor abilities in the way that they were presented in Reach are going to make a comeback for Infinite. And I think the sprint is definitely going to be one of those. And I think there is going to be a grappling hook. I mean, I just really do. I think that they're experimenting with different ways to do traversal, and they're going to be again, this is a big deal for them to capture old and new fans, and I think they're going to be looking to 2 games in order to do that, and that's Halo Reach and Doom Eternal, or Doom 1, or whichever one, because Doom Eternal really captured the spirit of old and new gamers, whilst remaining fresh and fun and frantic and something actually that is genuinely different in the world of FPS, and I think they'll be looking at that because Doom is a similar beast to Halo when it comes to its fan base. I think they'll be looking to Doom Eternal for ways to do faster traversal. I think there's going to be a boost, and I think I'm okay with a boost. It won't be a thruster pack. It will behave similarly to a thruster pack. You'll hit it, you'll go either way. It will have a cooldown time, I think, and I think there'll be an indicator for that. But it won't be called a thruster pack. It will be called something different because people don't want it to be called a thruster pack. But they still, I think, will want to implement it. So to sum up, I think armor abilities, there will be sprint, there will be thruster packs. But it will behave more in the way that it did with Reach, and definitely things like invisibility. I don't think there'll be a mantle or clamber. Actually, I think maybe a mantle, but not a clamber. I don't think there'll be a grab onto things above you thing, and I don't think the gameplay will be very vertical or compact. I think it will be very focused on being a big open world, and in order to do that, you don't really clutter things very much in order to give like the sense of a big wide open world. I don't think they're going to put a strong emphasis on new things. I think they'll talk about new things but not show them. I think they're going to show that demo a fair amount of story actually. I think there will be quite a bit of story, but nothing too major, and then they'll move over to multiplayer when we'll get 1 match. I think with the multiplayer beta we're going to get around 2 maps. I think I recently saw something on Crossfire X where you have a modern and a classic mode, and I think they're going to do something similar, but I don't think they'll do a modern and a classic mode. I think they'll have different game modes that encompass, like, some of them will let you use new abilities and some won't. Kind of like, if you don't get it, kind of like Search and Destroy back in the day in Call of Duty, where with Search and Destroy you weren't allowed to be in party chat. Not really the same, but say for example with this new mode, whatever it's called, you aren't allowed to sprint, you have no armor ability, stuff like that. Whereas with other modes, you are allowed to sprint, you are allowed armor abilities and stuff like that. And as much as it pains me to say, I think with the core Slayer game modes, look at that, dude. I think with the core Slayer game mode, I think it is going to have new armor abilities, and there are going to be other game modes that don't, and they'll be the ones that I play. I think there's going to be 2 maps. One of them is going to be big and wide open and have a big focus on vehicles, and the other is going to be smaller and faster, just definitely faster. I think the movement speed is going to be faster in Halo Infinite. I think it will be like 2 and just a little bit faster than that, and that's so that things can remain fast without forcing sprints on people. I think the armor abilities are going to work the same way in multiplayer as they do in the campaign. And I think the maps are going to look like, I think the smaller map is going to look like a Halo 2/3 map. And the bigger map, I don't know, I'll be honest with you, as much as I rag on Halo 4 for its map design because it was fucking terrible, the big team battle maps DLC were actually really good. You go back and you play those big team battle DLC maps for Halo 4, they were actually great. They were really good maps, and I would be happy to have all of them in Infinite, with none of the dumbass armor abilities like fast, sprint and stuff like that. I'd be happy to have those. I mean, those were as good as the good old days maps. So yeah, they were great, and I think they can actually design some pretty good big team battle maps, even though the original ones were kind of shit. The DLC maps were great. So more of that. I mean, more of that, please. But yeah, I think we're going to get some stuff like that. A stronger emphasis on vehicles. I think there's going to be skins. I don't really care too much for skins, but I think they're going to be in it. They're going to be in the full game, and I think we'll get a couple in the beta as well, just to try them out. And the ranking system, I think, is going to be like Reach, which I want because Reach was my favorite ranking system. Yeah, what do I want though? Am I happy with that? Would I be happy with that? I would be happy with that. I'm okay with having sprint tied to a button, I guess. Just as long as you don't design the maps to be used with sprint. I'm okay with when I use sprint, I'm okay with it being a clusterfuck. That's okay. As long as it means that if I don't want to use sprint, it feels natural and normal. I do like the idea of it being a big open world. I would prefer to land on a Halo ring, and I think it would be more impressive to land on a Halo ring, but I just get the feeling that we're going to be landing on Reach. During the demo, there is a strong focus on Reach nowadays with 343. But when it comes to multiplayer, I think it's a good idea to have a blend of the modern and the old. Not blend, a line down the middle and having different game modes that work like that. Maybe I'm just building a Halo that I like, but I genuinely think that these are the things that are going to be in the beta. So I don't know, that's what I think. Let me know what you think though. Ideally, I would like a classic experience, but I don't think it's going to be as classic as people may think, because art style, in a trailer, it does not reflect the art style in a game, nor does it reflect the gameplay, despite what Twitter would like to fucking tell you. So yeah, let me know what you think. That's it. That's my thoughts on Halo Infinite. This doesn't look like a very good video because I'm tired and hungry and I can't be bothered. But hey, look, there's Chiefs holding Cortana's. Fucking hell, man. What the fuck am I doing? I'll see you later. Bye.